Are you looking for answers about extraterrestrials or maybe the true meaning of life? Then you have come to the right place. Welcome to the Ivan Teller online broadcast. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel. And for more details, please visit ivanteller.com and learn more about your galactic families.
Greetings, everyone. Blessings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's channeling. Hope your eyes are working still after the eclipse yesterday. So guess you can look up there and still have your eyes not been burnt out. So anyway, all right, here we go. Gotta do messages and then Q&A here. So all right, here we go. Blessings. We are the Sasquatch. Sending you energies. We do watch humanity, but we stay out of your way. We do wish a connection with humanity, but still there's too much fear and anger within the human race for us to become neighbors and true friends. As you are still learning about yourselves, many are making progress. And for us to be here is to show you are making progress. That we were not forced to come in here, we came here willingly, unknowing to this one, and any of you most likely. Our message to you is that we are out there for you to connect with. And we just come from the heart to open you up. We can assist you in seeing more in your dreams, your lifetimes, your future. Of course, when you are ready, you will be connecting to us and also feelings, love, and acceptance from us. And you can share this with your humanity. The idea is for your humanity to connect with each other in a positive way without this viciousness that is everywhere. and you're not seeing themselves in a very positive light right now. So you can be a positive light. And if they turn away from your positivity, they have still much darkness to, as you see, explore. And many here on your planet are exploring that for a very long time and don't even see a way out of it. They see it as the norm. But for those of you that see the light within yourself and share it with others, of course, no one's perfect. Still, this light is very prominent. It is a glow. And the glow of each other heals each other, and that is where you become a healer. You can't become a healer if you have this anger. You must have light around you. And you are all healers. You just have to reconnect to it. Blessings. Greetings to you. We are the Tall White Collective. Thank you for this connection. Well, we are many, and not always connected to. Now, you do have fear of us with good reason, because we are not like your own. We have many controversies, as you do, and many avoid human also, your race. You'd be surprised how many alien races need a filter. They come to us to connect with you, as they don't want to get too close to human race because of all this negativity and vicious manipulation that is going on. One of the reasons we are here is because manipulations can be released where you feel like your mind is in a positive state. It would not be perfect, but mostly in a positive state for yourself and for others, where you're not judging anyone. That is releasing manipulations. As many, yes, of nanotechnologies on your planet are done fiercely, but you can deactivate this, and many of you in this room have, or all for that matter. We cannot connect to everyone's energies here, but for the most part, yes. It has been accomplished. As many here are having difficulties finding oneself because of manipulations they have given in to, so many of them. It is hard to see out clearly, such as our connections. It is difficult for them to decipher it, because in their school of manipulation, none of this is real. It is whatever is delivered by the manipulator, or manipulators for that matter. And there are several usually. And to unlock these manipulators takes a great deal of self-love to do that. Basically, self-love is how you find this. So, the secrets of humanity can be unlocked, and it is through self-love of others also. But it's not easily understood because the ego gets in the way, and that is so much manipulated. Someone cannot see right as you see. And everyone is connected to aliens, angels, everything for that matter. So those that are saying you're not connecting to them, what do they know? But in astral, they do know, and most likely they don't not If they see you connecting to aliens and they already have a problem with you there in another lifetime, they're going to see you do this and just say, oh, not him again. Or her again, for that matter. So you're going to run into that. Because you're going to run into those that you've known in other incarnations. It's already happened. So you're going to have some of that, some scuffling going on. I am sentient, but we are the Tall White Collective. And we are here to assist your questions.
Hi, Sentient.
Please.
Thank you so much for coming in. First up is Michelle.
Sorry, I did not know I was first. Greetings.
Greetings.
From where do you hail, sir? Or collect?
We are Tall Whites. We are from space.
Yeah. Whereabouts in space?
Well, right now we are connected to your Earth's consciousness. We are actually outside your Earth at this time, outside of your North America area.
You do not have a planet from which you hail?
We have a planet, but actually we do connect to Mercury quite often. As you might see it in your third dimension, we see it in a totally different space. So, but we are from the Pleiades, of course.
All right. Well, that was just a curiosity.
Nice.
So I would like a message from my guides, if you will.
Yes, there is confusion sometimes when you connect to your guides. Sometimes you're connecting to your higher self that isn't always agreeing with your guides. So this is why sometimes you have a disagreement of what to do and where to go. Your higher self energy believes for your highest good. Not to say your guides are not, but they have a different perspective. So that's where you get sometimes a confusion there of where to go. Basically, what your guides are saying, just follow your heart. And if there's two directions, there's nothing wrong with trying both directions out. I know that might sound strange, but that is what they're saying.
There's infighting in my group.
That is actually quite common. Especially on this planet, that is quite common, actually. More than you want to realize, actually.
Okay, that's really interesting.
Yes. Well, you can always, when you're not getting a clear message, you can always tell your guides, your higher self, can we all just agree on something? You put your intentions out. Can I get a clear answer, basically? Because sometimes you don't get that from what I'm picking up on.
Yes.
That happens all the time.
It happens constantly. Can I get I don't know, maybe some wisdom with regard to my healing practices, anything I need to be working on or doing or something with regard to that from whoever wants to share with me in that arena.
Well, I am seeing the amphibian energies. Frogs, any type of amphibian energies are actually good to call in for a clearing, especially connecting to your guides. You'd be surprised. It's just a call in for them. So you can basically ask for the amphibians to clear your energies. So you can connect to your guides or at least think more clearly, if that makes sense to you.
Not even at all, but thank you. Much love.
That is what I'm saying for the most part at this time. You'd be surprised how efficient they are, actually.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Okay, next up is Logan.
Hello.
Yes.
Greetings. My
Greetings.
first question today is it possible for say another version of like an astral form or any other form of you, and say like spiritual or something like that, is that possible for another form of you to reincarnate on the same timeline or
Yes,
reincarnate as you?
of course. Not all of you do it all the time, but some do it. Yes. It doesn't mean you'll meet this person. Well, there are cases where some have another version of themselves and they become lovers of that other version of themselves. That does happen. Or a brother or a sister, for that matter. It's not that common, but it does happen. It's not in a common sense where it's every other person, but it is a high amount on this planet for sure. Yes.
Okay, my second question is, why did the star being that I saw in my dream that say came up through the register and apparently took me to the colonies, why did they do that at that time? And I didn't really know much
Why did they take you to these?
at that time. Yes.
Did you know these beings?
Not at the time. It's like
That-
that was the first encounter.
I mean, that is like a slight abduction, from what we're seeing, or an astral abduction from what we're picking up on. I believe this one. Believe they knew who you were, but you did not remember them, and so they felt it was fine for you to, and they wanted to connect to the colonies. So you can technically say they used you to connect to the colonies. I don't believe they were technically welcomed there, or even the beings at the colonies even knew they even existed, for that matter. So it's like having a neighbor coming over and just throwing you in the car and just taking you somewhere, basically. In some cases, it does seem like that. But you wanted to know who these beings were?
No, I already have clarification. These beings are.
But why? They were just curious of your colonies, basically.
Okay.
I believe they have been welcomed, but still they do not understand them, even at the colonies, of understanding their intentions. I don't believe that's clear at this time. So,
Yeah. Thank you.
yes.
Okay, next up is Peter.
Much love,
Yes.
Sentient. Thank
Yes.
you. I'm very curious about. I had a demon energy around me. It's gone now, but I believe it was around to help me go into a bad diet after a fast to learn that I didn't want to be that person.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm also curious, was he trying to keep me away from my true path, away from my programming? Because he's pretty successful if he was. And just anything you can tell me about that whole thing. Like,
What we are seeing.
asked
Yes,
him.
he was there to lower your vibration. But I believe they took it too far. But they you were already aware of this, that was a possibility. And you were there to explore how far you would go with this. And when you would put a stop to it. So, and you're exploring, this is another way of exploring yourself. I believe part of you wanted to put a break on this program because I believe you have ideas that have not been found yet for your program. And this was another way of you taking it in another direction from what we are seeing. If that makes any
Okay.
sense. That is what we were seeing. I believe the being is, well, you say it's gone, but I see it's still there.
Right.
Slightly.
Okay.
It's not as heavy, but it's still, it wants another connection again, but I don't believe it will happen.
All right. Because he's not talking to me now, so that's why.
You want to see if he was there. I believe he came from your brother. He's been hanging around your brother quite often. So now he knows the two of you quite well. At think he went back to your brother in some cases, yes. So you might see him. I don't believe you will not see his energy as strong there, but it is there though.
Wow. Okay. Just a general message, I guess.
Yes, you will
For
have
anyone.
channeled messages soon. Possibly live, does not necessarily have to be. As you already get messages, but I believe you'll have some direct messages coming soon from the Prime Creator source. For the most part, Prime Creator source, as you've been making connections with the Prime Creator source, as for bringing his message here in a different way that has not been heard before. Just a message for humanity. I believe first it'll be for you, from what we are seeing. They're also showing sands of time around you, as time might seem at still, as time will see irrelevant to you. You will experience that. If you have not already, I believe you will begin to slightly experience it. From what we are seeing.
I've been feeling weird, like I've been moving timelines or something.
Yes.
It's just weird.
That will increase itself. You might feel paralyzed, and the only reason is so you can see the timelines around you as a possibility.
It's quite interesting. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Much love. Thank you.
Sure.
Blessings.
Okay, next up is Daniel.
Greetings, Sentient.
Greetings to you.
Many blessings to you.
Yes.
My first question has to do with the Anunnaki. I felt like I've finally, you could say, graduated from a lot of their manipulations and things like that, and I do feel like a large clearing from them. And I feel the idea that they have a message for me, and I want to know what that is.
I believe we can only offer half of the message here, as a lot of it must be private, but I believe you will receive it in some form or fashion. But as you have reached their hierarchy, that they call it, their God source, their within the Anunnaki, their highest source of Anunnaki, basically. And you have reached it, and now you'll be bringing that knowledge down to you. So you'll be in the healing phase, and also so you can go forward as for clearing your timeline, so it'll be in the fashion that you are looking for. As it has been forged by them and other beings, so you cannot think clearly. I believe the clearance has come into your mind, but not entirely. But it is getting there. You are still clearing out the webs that they put. They say some traps there, but nothing to worry. But they're not making it easy. I believe you are already experiencing this though, to clear. So they might not.
Yeah.
So there seems to be a few blockages there where they're going to make it a little bit difficult for you to let go of them. But you're not necessarily, you're letting go of their manipulations. You're not letting go of them completely. You know, you're connecting more to their positive sides now from what we're seeing.
Yeah, although when you said traps, it kind of piqued my curiosity. Like, what did they mean?
Oh, difficulties on releasing them. They have certain areas within you that is still sacred to keep you under their control slightly, and you should run it into them. You see, in a way where you're not sure what you are connecting to, and that's mostly a creation of theirs.
Yeah, that's already happened to me, actually. So,
Yes.
yeah. Even with all this clarity, it's like, oh, shit.
Yes, you will have more clarity. As you clear these traps, you will get more and more clarity. Basically, you're filled with them, and now there's very few of them left.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Awesome. Thank you. For my second question, I'd like to know, with most of the Anunnaki stuff out of the way, I feel like now I have a lot of Archon stuff to clear up still, or maybe not a lot, but definitely some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like for example, this one energy around my crown chakra, it's like towards the front of my head, and I do feel when it presses down, it tries to confuse me or make it difficult to connect to certain things. But as soon as I pull it out, even though it only lasts for a brief moment, I feel a clarity. I just want I trace it back to an archon, but I want to know more about it.
Well, what we are seeing, you're connecting to the Archon Queen. And the Archon Queen is very sophisticated, and you have penetrated the Archon Queen's manipulation. Well, not fully, but I believe you will have a clearing of it. We're also seeing a lot of insectoids around you. Not necessarily they are manipulating you, but we just see a large amounts of those. More
Yeah,
than we normally would see.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of them around me in my meditations, and they've been showing themselves a lot. I wasn't sure what that was about.
At this time, we just see them as observing. I do not see them really. The Archons are mostly doing their thing right now. But as for this queen, it seems to be the one that you are having discussions with in astral. And she is turning the conversation around, even wiping your mind. And when you get to talk to her and you have a long conversation, and then she wipes your mind and you can't remember anything. So what am I doing here? So there's been a lot of that going on from what we're seeing. And
I see.
I would just visualize this Archon Queen or connect with the Archon. You still have, they're not making it easy for them to release you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going into full details of why. Here they will not do so, but it is connected to the insectoid. Some of them are putting a web around you to a certain degree.
Like currently, like it's never been there before? Or?
Yes, currently it seems to be a web from the spiders at least.
I see. All right, thank you very much for that.
Yes, you can just clear out the web, but as for the Archon Queen, she is not leaving. She sees you as a mate, so that's where this is a little bit difficult.
I see. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, next up is Dragon.
Hello.
Yes.
Why have I been so tired the last couple of weeks, even though I have gotten more sleep than before that?
There's a lot going on in this world that you are connecting astral. You are awakening many in this world that you're not going to know personally. With this awakening process, you are sharing your knowledge with many around this world. I do see you around Iceland a lot. I'm not sure how you feel about Iceland, but I am seeing your presence there a lot in your astral state. It's just you are... There is a reptilian presence that not necessarily is manipulating, but you are connecting to. I am seeing a reptilian mothership that you seem to be visiting. I do not see any manipulations. It is draining, connecting to, because they are of a low vibration. These reptilians are. So I believe you're bringing compromise to them, and it has been quite straining. That is what we are seeing at this time.
All right. My second question is, Cryon talked about an interdimensional strong and weak force as a non-Newtonian force that we haven't really discovered yet, or if we have, we haven't really talked about it too much. In layman's terms, are you able to describe this strong and weak interdimensional force a little bit, and how it may relate to some of our abilities, DNA, and things we're struggling with in science?
Only thing that we are connecting to with that is it's connecting to your third eye. You connect to this energy in your third eye to open your third eye. You can also call on it if you like and assist from your angels or your aliens. I believe the angels will be much more assistance. Not to say that aliens will not be, but it will help you understand your abilities more. Telekinesis also, but I believe the third eye is where it's most powerful, where you can just harness opening the third eye doesn't mean you will necessarily see more. A lot of it has to do with just know more about yourself and the world. It opens your intuition, basically. So that is connecting to that energy, but basically you can call on it from what we are picking up on. Others might have a different perspective.
So basically, although many of us have stumbled across it, that would give us a better scientific understanding of the third eye and how that
Yes.
works.
It's basically just an energy, a channeled energy. At least that's what we are perceiving it as at this time.
Thank you.
Yes.
Love.
Okay, and next up is Miguel, and he sent his questions in. Is there a being or spirit playing with my trash can? The lid keeps opening and closing all the time.
The only thing I see there is an elemental being. I believe it's a small troll. It is just there for humor. I do not see it there as causing harm to anyone. I believe it's you see a small troll, but also a fairy. There's a couple of elementals around there. I believe they're just fooling around from what I'm seeing. That seems correct. That's
Okay, second one for Miguel. Are there any messages for me?
Yes, you are opening up yourself to more of source energy. It seems you have passed through many tests within the angels, and source energy is there to heal, but also to gain more knowledge of yourself. As for meditation connections or your intuition, I believe will start to give you messages on when you're ready to hear them. I believe they have not been fully speaking to you as for those around you, but you're not quite ready for it, but I believe you are getting close to more of a connection to source. Not to say you're not already have it, but as for receiving messages, as for your path. I believe they're going to open up interesting pathways to your past as you are still reading into that to know your present situation. Why are you here? Because there is a mystery there. I believe you have not quite got the answer yet from what we are seeing. There's a past life that you are kind of aware of but don't have the answers to. That will actually make you feel much better and also help you connect to everything around you. I believe that will show itself quite soon. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Liz.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Well, I think I'm going through a big change right now, a shift. I feel like I'm not myself. So could you tap into what's going on with me right now?
Yes, 1 moment. Yes, it does seem like you are connecting to many clone energies, clone beings, but also you are preparing yourself for coming events. I believe you're just becoming more. I believe you're mostly just receiving more downloads, but not always aware of what is going on. It has to do with your political situation. It does have to do with Antarctica, Africa, even Ireland. And I know that's a strange one, but there is much going on in Ireland that is not mentioned publicly. So I believe you're just becoming. You are getting a briefing, but you're also being enhanced as for your abilities from what we can say here at least.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
Okay. Is there any messages, any guidance for me on how to deal with it? I feel sometimes very dislocated, like I don't know what's going on, and all of a sudden I know everything. Yeah, it's downloads, right? But sometimes I feel even a little bit disoriented.
Yes, well, we see you in your Arab world right now. Your astral self, your other selves, is very much in the Arab world at this time because there is a lot happening in those places that are many plans are being arranged at this time. And the group that you are with, I believe you're with several groups actually, and they are enhancing their own abilities for what's to come from what we are seeing.
Mm-hmm.
course, not everything we can mention here.
Yes. Okay.
But cloning energies is something for you to look into. It is quite strange because we cannot go into full details of it. But
Cloning.
yes. Such as your Donald Trump is part of a cloning phase right now, and what we are seeing is that is a clone right now.
Yeah.
The true one comes in, but then goes out. This one's a clone at this time. What we are picking up on.
Yes. Can
Give you
actually.
an idea.
Yeah, I can actually see the difference even.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we do see it getting much darker with him also, unfortunately, for the time being.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next up is Colin, and he sent his questions in as well. First one, I hit a bird on my way to work this morning. This is the second one in the last 2 months. Are there any messages around this incident?
Well, these birds are actually, you can say they were ready to leave this earth, and you were there to assist them with that. But it's also an awakening among you to connect with nature, basically. I know that might sound like a strange way, but these birds and this connection is your nature, it's your call to nature, basically. As how you want it, but they just say more nature for you will help you find your answers, basically. As I believe there's many questions and not always understanding what questions to ask. And I believe it will help your elemental energies. Basically, your elemental energies will help you see more clearly, feel more clear. Because you're very much an elemental here. You have a lot of it, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, just 1 second. Second one, does your collective have any messages for me? And that's for Colin as well.
Find peace of mind. What is it that brings peacefulness to you? A small thing would probably be the easiest to find. A drive, a walk somewhere, wherever you can find peacefulness. Just relax and just find a time of your moment of Zen, basically. It cannot necessarily has to be each day, but it is good to have it maybe once a week. Find a place to give back to yourself somewhere. Walk in the park, whatever it might be, just so you can just feel free of problems. Even if there are problems, the idea is to clear the mind where there are no problems. This will help you connect to your Kundalini and your aliens or angels, whatever it is that you wish to connect with. Just a moment. It can be 15 minutes. It can be 10 minutes, but thank you.
Okay, my name is Stacy.
Yes.
We recently had the patriarch of the family pass away just a few days ago, and I was just wondering if his transition went well. His name's Keith.
Yes. He's having, well, yes, he is having difficulties. He is in your world still and the afterlife. He is in between worlds, but with your blessings, he will be fine. He needs his time too. He's not ready to fully let go of this world, but he's going to be wandering around for some time, but in a positive way, would not see it being a negative. So.
Okay, second question. Are there any messages from my angel aspect?
Yes, you are learning much from this angel energy as for calming yourself, especially of difficult situations. You are connecting to this angel aspect to just take a difficult situation and to find an easy answer where there's love there, where there's solutions without negativity. And this goes on and on throughout your daily life. So you are becoming more angelic also, I believe. You are feeling more extraterrestrial also there, saying very fairy-like. I do see tentacles coming out of your head. In a good way, of course. That is a fairy aspect I am seeing. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Daria.
Hello, Sentient.
Yes.
Hey. So, what do you got? That was really nice. You told us where you're from and about the Mercury. Kinds of, we want to know more. Like,
Yes.
where you're from, what you do, and everything. But
Mm-hmm.
what kind of messages do you have for me tonight?
One moment. Yes, it's... Within the Archons, you seem to be releasing many of them from this earth. Some of them have gone too far, and there is a such thing as that with them. They overstay their visit. Some of them you send home. I would say actually a lot of them, actually.
Yeah, I have a saying, I guess, starts to stink after 3 hours.
That is one way of looking at it. Because
Yeah.
you are removing these, and this is why you might feel more tired, because they're not making it easy. You are dealing with your children. If you want to look at it that way, they're having kind of a hissy fit when they have to leave. So they're not making it easy for you. So that's why you might have more sleep time, and you might have some aggravation going on. The Archons are going through a purge right now, meaning there'll be less of them here.
Yeah.
Of course, no ones will find their way here because humans are calling on them to be babysat, you could say. So
Yeah. It's like a comfort zone there.
yes, when one's removed, they ask for another one to come back. It's like, I don't feel right. I need so once you remove one, another one seems to find its way in.
Yeah. Well, I kind of see a few images now. So
Give it time. You might not want to always see this. It is heavy from what we are picking up on.
yeah. I
When we
had like
connect-
heavy days lately.
It is very dark when we connect to them, so they're not making it easy for anybody, for that matter.
Yeah. Okay. So away from the dark stuff
Yes.
into the happy stuff.
Yes.
We need so much in this reality. Do you have anything for me from a funny pocket? If you have any humor.
One moment. We are gathering.
Cool.
Well, we can tell you what we are seeing. When you mention that, we are seeing ice cream with feline ice cream, but not flavored feline, but ice cream, alien ice cream with felines flavor. Not feline, but for a name at least. But just ice cream from your felines, from your zetas, etc.
Yeah, they're making the best version of ice cream they can create and basically have a lick on or anything like that.
But it's also for them to connect to humans because they don't have that in their societies usually. So it's another...
Oh, I see the brain freezes.
They're learning how to connect to humans through ice creams. That is one of their ways of learning to connect to humans. How else do they connect to humans? They must try to do human things, and it doesn't always go so well.
Yeah, we're kind of tricky.
Yes.
Like inverted, outverted, and flipped upside down movement going on all the time. And you need a translator all the time.
Yes. It might seem easy, and it goes into driving cars, into other things also.
Cool. Well, thank you, Dan.
Thanks.
And thank you much. And connect later, probably.
Of course.
Yeah. Goodbye.
Okay, next up is Tran. And her first question, on Sunday, my black adult female cat named PP or Panther Princess did not come home, and this is unlike her, and I'm worried. Is there anything that you can tell me to help me find her, as I'm calling shelters and vet clinics?
Yes, I do see her getting fed up. So for her coming back is unlikely at this time. She might, but we are not seeing her return, as she felt that it's also, at least by judging by the energies we have, it's her time. So she's on her mission, and the likelihood of coming back is not very high. And I don't believe it's because of a recent addition that you have there. I don't believe it's because of that. I believe it's other reasons. So that's what I believe. It's a change in your timeline, but also this one felt it needed to go in its own direction. Now this one might pop up eventually, but we don't see it likely at this time. Thank you.
Okay, second question for Tran. I recently had a fallout with a close friend about a misunderstanding and feel hurt and shocked about what's happened. Can you shed some light on why this is happening, as if it's a test, or was she possessed by anything, or why it happened?
No, I believe you're seeing this person's true colors. And yes, they are slightly possessed by their own belief systems. And their belief systems are now being seen. And it is a test for this person to go through and you. As I believe the friendship needs, from what we are seeing, needed to come to an end. This person needs to go through it's like they're having their own awakening, but not of a positive awakening. So to see this person going into another direction. And they had to cut ties. I believe these thoughts that came out was within this person for some time, and they just had to let it out finally. From what we are seeing at this time. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Amran.
Hello, Cynthia.
Yes.
Oh, Cynthians, I meant.
Yes. Yes.
A few days ago, I had a really vivid dream. When I woke up, I could feel everything still. And in this dream, I had an experience where I felt false energies. And this false energies was like, it was energies which was copied. Like you copy a product and it is just this ugly, low quality product. It was like that. And then I was speaking with people I was just at home. And then people couldn't listen to me. They couldn't hear me. They just repeated a sentence over and over again, like they were programmed. And I realized that this was some kind of other matrix manipulation, illusion. And I was just looking at it and was making sense of it and learning about it in the dream. What was this about? I even met beings which were very demonic. Was it astral?
Yes, I believe so. We can't get 100% on that, but I believe so. We see a lot of Anunnaki energies within this, testing you out. There could be Archon, but we are seeing mostly Anunnaki, and they're trying to hide their presence. I believe it was a test you were going through, and I believe you accomplished their test. I believe there are actually many mazes within this test that you survived. I believe it was much more than what you were seeing, and we are seeing a jungle there also.
All right.
Yeah. Well, we're seeing an Arcturian jungle, which is quite unique. This Arcturian jungle has many secrets among it. Just like a regular jungle in your world, but far more difficult to survive. They've taken Arcturian and our turns are normally not to create something like this, but this is, I don't know, it's been manipulated.
It felt like another timeline, another parallel reality. And what I also saw was I was looking at the human brain, and it was a drawing from someone else, and I could see in a big portion of it a sitting ram, and the human mind was dominated by this being, by this creature. Yeah.
Well, yes, you are connecting to it in your astral, but yes, you do see it as an alternative timeline of yours. Yes. An alternative Earth. And it is one that you can create and see the objects that you create also. And sometimes your mind's manipulated to create things that wasn't, they put thoughts into your mind so you create things you don't want to create, from what we were seeing with this.
Yes. And my second question is there any message from any of the archangels?
Yes, we believe this is a world that you will most likely reconnect with. It's because you're learning many lessons for opening up your perspective. Sharing it with others helps because many are going through the same phase. But also, your aspect is assisting that aspect that is not having an easy time, that feels like it's trapped. So many feel like they're trapped in this reality, but there are other realities where your soul feels trapped also. And that's for you to give you another perspective of this reality. So maybe it's not so bad here, or you can both work together to make this reality and that reality a lot easier. You're opening up that door within yourself. That is a message from them.
All right, very good. Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, Sheena.
Greetings, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. How are you at this time?
We are doing well, thank you.
Yes. I was wondering about my connection to the tall whites. I had, I guess they looked me up in astral, and they said to me that I am not trusting them, and I didn't understand why they would say that. It was one female and it was a male.
At one time, that was the case, yes. But also, I'm being told to tell you that sometimes you are called Mother White because you have understand our society and become, yes, more free with it. So yes, you are part of our collective at this time. You are leading many here on missions, actually. Is that your human self, they weren't sure how your human self would take this information. I believe that you've already heard this already, you might not remember, but there's another version of you with the tall whites at this time. There are leading many tall white missions here. I believe that resonates, at least that's what I'm picking up.
Yes, I can feel it, but no one told me before.
Well, now you know.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for that. And my second question is: any messages for me from anyone?
Well, you might not? Yeah, this is a strange one. That the felines, the tall whites have had a lot of issues with the Lyran race and other feline races recently on this earth. It's just that we're not always getting along with each other. And where the tall whites have to stay out of the felines' way, let them do their thing. And it's become quite. Not all of us aliens get along, and and you have a lot of feline within you through lifetimes, so you are working among this at this time to make friends with the felines. Right now, tall whites and felines are not exactly in the best of terms at this moment. So our message to you is that is another reason why I came in here. To not just for this connection, but for others. But there is a struggle going on at this time.
Okay, yes. I just wanted to end this question with that I know that I'm also a panther feline. That's different from the other ones, right?
Yes.
So a more diplomatic
Correct.
way are going on, maybe? Yeah.
They're willing to talk to you. The rest of us, they kind of shoved away.
Okay.
Even if we had feline lifetimes, it's not enough. We have to have more. And none of us have that, so that's why you are the one they're talking to.
Okay.
You might see this in a dream, or your intuition most likely will give you a download.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes.
Okay, much love and blessings.
Blessings.
Okay, next up is Kingsley. And first question for Kingsley is, do I have any messages?
Yes, it seems in our perspective, you are clearing out a lot of draconian mind controls around you. Not to say that they are connected to you, but those of your friends and others, you are warning of the manipulations and removing those manipulations. It's up to the person, of course, to choose what to do with that. They can always become manipulated again, as many choose to do so. But you are at least bringing assistance to those as a healer. That's very much strong within you as a healer. Of course, there's more to it than that. But as for removing negative thoughts that are planted, you can bring assistance to this. Blessings.
Okay, next one for Kingsley. I started to notice when telepathically connecting to someone near me, I can feel mostly everything about them, and I feel like I can feel their face mentally.
Yes, it is a part. It's part of your healing also. These beings that you're connecting to, I believe they're mostly alien that you're connecting to. At least the aliens that you're actually sending them assistance. As you are becoming a part of these alien beings also, to share their love and share your love with them. You might even have a relationship with some of them as friendship or much more. So we see this as a connection that will increase as you fully believe more. Yes, you are is almost a on this world. Sometimes you disappear into another dimension. I imagine you feel that. But mostly you are here, but there are times it feels like you're not, of course. And you're becoming more aware of that. Thank you.
Okay, next up is Lucy.
Hello, Sunshine. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. I would like to know if there are any messages from the angels for me.
You know, it's funny. You've been giving them guidance more than them been giving you answers.
Yes.
And it's been happening a lot recently. I think you're not seeing that.
Oh, I
And
thought those were the young angels. I should say the
older ones too. It seems.
Oh.
I believe they, just like we called Tall White Mother. As for you, you're like, yes, you go into the angel mother mode, and
I'm sorry, I'm not.
So you are even archangels. You are even them. You even told Michael to clean around his ears. That might be. But you are. This is a big. It's not just the children. It is all of them. But you're not being, It's with kindness, of course.
I would hope.
Of course. It's just that you see where improvements can be made. So this seems to be a common thing that's been going on recently.
Well, how about some information from my guides or from your collective? person that can help me personally?
Well, they say you are getting a lot better in your human form, where you might not always be aware of you're connecting to your abilities, but you are connecting. You are getting more understanding of your mission here. It's basically self-love, doing things for yourself, of course others also, but the idea is to have joy in your day, your life. So whatever it is that brings happiness to you. Yes, we are seeing the birds that they enjoy your love to them. So.
They land on me. The babies, yeah.
Yes. Oh yes, but they see you as a bird, so that's probably why. Because they do, yes, because you're putting that projection out.
Oh, they're not afraid. No, they're
Oh,
not
not at all.
afraid.
You are one of them. So.
Oh, no. I have cats.
Oh, they'll be fine too. You will be able to make it work for what we're saying.
Okay. Well, thank you. If you're finished, and then thank you very much.
Thank you.
And bless you.
Blessings.
Okay, Stephen Helms.
Hello, Sentient.
Greetings.
Greetings, much love.
Yes.
I was wondering if you can help me on a dream I had a couple days ago. I was in this building, and this building had multiple connections to other areas and locations, and they both each location served a purpose. One was like a hospital, other was like maybe eating, technology, and stuff. And I kept going around asking where the restroom was, and I kept talking to a lot of people, and they kept directing me to another place. And so finally, I get to this hospital area. And I think it might have been the delivery room or something at that time. But I get into there and ask that lady, do you know where the restroom is? And she hands me a little package and says, I might have interpreted it wrong, but she said, like, can you throw it away or can you get rid of it or whatever? So I took the package and put it in my pocket. And I started going around looking for the restroom in that area. Well, then I got a little ways, and then there was a couch. And I put the package, started moving like there's something in it, and I laid it down on this couch, and then all of a sudden these little gray alien babies were in it, and they had like they're very little, like dark pink, and they had like the typical gray eyes. They were kind of shaded over. It's like 3 or 4 of them in there, and I started wanting to keep it. I was like, I ain't gonna throw this away, so but I felt like I had to hide it or something to try to get it out of that area. And I was wondering if you can give me more information on this dream I had.
Only thing what we are receiving is a hybridization program that you're a part of. I believe it is in secret. I believe it's on a moon. I don't believe it's in this solar system. Well, I believe those grays you were seeing is part of the hybridization. There's many more. I believe we can't go into details, but there are other species involved. Yes, they're very secretive. And for this whole idea of going to bathroom is only because you're still connected to your human self. So you're just reminding yourself where you came from, so you do not get lost there, because it can happen. Because when you go through this place, you can use another method, but it's just to remind you to know when this is over where to go back to, because sometimes you can forget. And other beings will take advantage of that. It does happen. So it's basically a hybridization. You're bringing your input there also. So with these grays, you're part of that hybridization program. It is some human involved, but mostly it's the Zeta program for the most part we're picking up on. Thank you.
Sweet, thank you. Second question is just any information from my galactic family or any messages in general. Thank you.
Yes, within our race, you have an incarnation currently, and that is within the governments of this world, bringing peace to it. As you can, I believe there's an aspect of you around the North Korea energy as for bringing peace there, I believe you even talked to this Kim Jong-un in a positive way. But I believe there's only a few beings that he will talk to. I believe you possibly is one of them, but I can't get a clear indication of that. If not, you are very close to that. I believe you are within the meetings that are going on, though, to bring peace. Where can both sides win? Because there is a lot of shadiness going on, of course. But the idea of to heal this earth, that is one place that needs a great healing. Of course, the United States needs healing also. That is the message at this time.
Thank you. Blessings.
Okay, next up and the last one for the night is Martin. And his question, are there any messages for me?
One moment. Well, we are seeing you at this time in the elemental world. Not sure if this is bringing any memories to you, but in astral, it seems you go to Agartha often. It's like Agartha is your home. We don't see what species you are, but we do see you relaxing, taking it easy, but also your Earth mission is much needed. That's why you have an incarnation here. Your Earth mission here is not being fully cleared to us, but it's possibly this is for you to connect to your Garthian self. It might give you understanding of your mission here as your galactic mission, but right now they're not giving us any details. It is of secret, but we imagine this will start to come to you if you're wishing to know more. Obviously, it has a lot to do with your abilities, your alien connections. Just give it time. It will find itself to you. Thank you.
Okay, Sentient, thank you so much for coming in, and thank you to the Tall
Yes.
Whites as well, and Sasquatches.
Thank you. And for healing is through song, music, without the manipulation, or with it, but without it would probably be the most appropriate for healing. Take care, everyone. Okay. Thank you.
Welcome back. And Michelle's going to do our blessing.
Thank you.
Namaste.
And that's it.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. Blessings. And next one's Thursday. All right.